Yeah, because they would say it's a praxeology, not an ideology.
Yeah, it's very easy to use words like that, but
Uh-huh.
then you break down what does that mean.
Yes.
Okay. So so this is the Hafeez and the Hafeez interview with Pearly Things, or debate, whatever you want to call it. So basically, Pearly said they would call it a praxeology. So again, praxeology just means humans have a reason for their behaviors, and that reason is tied to certain things, right? That's a praxeology, right? Again, I would argue that the red pill is not a praxeology or an ideology. It's just the truth. It's literally, it's science. It's biological reality based on empirical, observable facts, data, and statistics and it's replicable, right? Like you can replicate the results that the red pill predicts that you'll get if you follow, if you understand the basically the facts, and then use those facts to guide your behaviors, right? So it's not an ideology. Hafeez, like this guy's totally clueless, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Hafeelz.
So my question to you is like, what specifically do you disagree with?
Great question. So when people say things like, okay, we're not an ideology, we're a praxeology, right? You have to ask yourself, are you teaching any ideas?
Yes, of course. The ideas of evolutionary psychology, evolutionary biology, and then practical strategies to take those things into account and allow you to actually be successful in the world. Like money, game, and muscles, those three, like that implies a set of behaviors, right, that will make you more successful as a man in the world, right? Like,
is there any principles that your belief system is teaching? Because
again, this guy is framing the red pill as a belief system. No, it's not a belief system unless you think gravity is a belief system, unless you think evolution is a belief system, unless you think, the Earth orbiting around the sun is a belief system. Like, in which case, yes, then it is a belief system. If that's what you think the belief systems are. Like, it's not a religion, like the crap that you're talking about, Hafeez.
Every human being's belief system teaches an ideas, right?
No, Hafeez. No. Okay, so here's what he said. Every human's belief system teaches them something. No, it doesn't. It's not your belief system that teaches you stuff. Okay, so let me explain something, Hafeez. The teachers that you have in your life, okay, so there's multiple teachers you could have. It could be a person like your father, your mother, your friends. It could be your family. It could be your teacher, your university professor. These are teachers, right? These are people that teach you things. Or you could learn from, a textbook, a non-fiction book. You could learn from a fiction book, whatever. And those things that you learn from, those inform your belief set. It's not your belief set that teaches you stuff. It's things in life, your experiences and the people that are your teachers and the stuff that you've read and experienced. Those things teach you, and then that informs your belief set. So this guy doesn't even know how to explain stuff. And people are supposed to follow him. It's just utterly ridiculous. Like, no, Hafeez, that is not how it works, Hafeez. Hafeez, you don't understand anything about the red pill, but worse than this, you don't appear to understand anything about science at all, right? Because if you did, then it wouldn't be so hard for you to accept that evolutionary biology is the reason why these so-called new rules, like why this red pill exists. It's not. Basically, here's the red pill in a nutshell, okay? 30 seconds explanation of the red pill. You've been taught wrong your whole life about what reality actually is. Reality is a different way because of insert evolutionary biology, evolutionary psychology, and you know, empirical evidence from multiple data sets that come from, you know, renowned evolutionary psychologists, plus evolutionary biologists, plus you know, data from dating apps, etc., divorce rates, divorce statistics, etc. This is not a belief set. This is just the truth. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me further, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to any tier. Any level of support is appreciated. And I got some guy in the comments saying, oh yeah, just remember to link the video, right, next time, and to shout out the video. Okay, if you can't see the title right there in the middle of the screen, debate, is the red pill a trap for men, and put that in Google, like, I don't know what to tell you, right, or put it in YouTube. Like, I'm literally, you can see the title of the video every time I pause to comment. What do you want from me? No, I need to make it even more easy for you. I need to spoon feed you, yeah? It's just utterly ridiculous. Like, guys, you need a bit of agency in your life too, right? Like, it takes me a long time to make these videos. Like, I'm not going to go and then spoon feed you even further. How about you go on Google and figure it out? Like, you know what I'm talking about. I mention their names over and over. Google Hafeez debate. Wow, and you can find the video immediately. Like, researching is so hard for you. You need the exact link to the video in your, like, come on, guys. It's nuts, okay? Like, it's fair use. I'm allowed to comment on these videos. Like, I don't need to shout out the video. Like I already did shout out the video. It's implied. Like, it's ridiculous to me. Okay, let's continue.
Right? And so for me, when I see that there are certain ideas and premises that are being taught, therefore you cannot simply say we are not an ideology. There is no ideals that represent the things that we believe.
What? That's not what an ideology is. So this, okay. Define ideology, Google. A system of ideas and ideals, especially one which forms the base of economic or political theory and policy. The science of ideas, the study of their origin and nature. Like, Hafeez. Hafeez. Like it's killing me, man. There are... Okay. Fine. Science, the ideas, the ideals of science, which is the striving for empirical truth and replicability. That's the basis for the red pill. Fine. We are an ideology. Like, obviously not. Like, man.
And so an example of what are some of the things I disagree with, I think I primarily disagree with a lot of times the descriptions of marriage.
Okay.
And just how...
Right, because you're in your feels, because you're in the first year of your marriage and you're in the honeymoon phase, so you think nothing can go wrong in a marriage. And you think that the way the red pill describes marriage, which is it's an idiotic decision in 2022 because divorce is 50%, but women initiate divorce 80% of the time, and if they do divorce you, then you lose half your shit, more than half your shit, likely to lose your children, etc. These are not these are not uncommon occurrences. These are incredibly common occurrences. Oh, and also in 2022 in the West, here's what can happen to you, okay? Your wife can cheat on you with another man, and you will lose your children, and you will still lose your money. You'll lose your house as well. That it's not that every woman can. That every woman will. It's that all women can. The laws unfairly favor women in the respect of marriage, and because they do, some percentage of the population is going to be the type to take advantage. And because that is a thing, men must protect themselves against that thing. That's why marriage is 6 out of 1,000 right now, Hafeez. So you're one of the 6, idiot.
How they analyze and describe marriage in today's world. I disagree with the analysis of male female nature. I think
What? Yeah, okay. So he doesn't agree with hypergamy and polygamy and all that stuff. Even though, ironically, he is the very type of man that women go for, right? He's physically attractive, he's got nice teeth, he dresses nice, he's financially successful, etc. He's one of the men that fit into the top 5%, right? So he's shielded from reality by his own choices. But he doesn't believe in it, right? Like, it's just like ridiculous. I don't know what to tell you.
if you were to read a book like The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss,
That's literally what like Rollo quotes. Like one of the bases for the red pill is that very book. Like what?
he's a world leading expert on human evolutionary psychology in regards to mating, and he's fantastic. Buss School of Psychology is amazing, and you actually read a person who's like a world-renowned expert on this topic, and you hear about all the nuance. And I love Dr. Buss because Dr. Buss understands the nuance and the cross-cultural stuff.
Yeah, so what this guy is saying is that the red pill is not nuanced, right? That in different cultures things are different. Yes, that's exactly right. The red pill applies differently to different cultures. What we tend to talk about, at least I tend to talk about, is the red pill in the West, in the modern Western world. So yes, if you go to like the Philippines or, Eastern Europe and you stay there and you marry a girl there, you are much more likely to have a successful and stable marriage. Of course, you still can't be a loser. She'll still divorce you. Like, you still have to be an alpha male, right? You still have to be, a competitive, successful, intelligent man, a man that meets a woman's hypergamous ideal, a competitive man, a winner. Like, it doesn't change, right? Cross-culturally. What changes is how much women's hypergamy is curbed in that culture, right? Are they able to say, okay, like, he bought me flowers, but I should appreciate that because he's supporting my evolutionary needs. Of course, women don't think this way, but that's what's going on underneath the the niceties, right?
Studies and so much data, and you were to read some of the more red pill, doctrinal books.
The red pill is not a doctrine. It's not a religion. Hafeez. It's not a religion. There are no doctrinal books. Yes, The Rational Male is a really good book that illustrates the concepts of the red pill very succinctly, very clearly. You can get it from multiple different sources, right? Like, it's just ridiculous, right? It's like the doctrinal books. The doctrinal books, as you're saying, which aren't doctrinal books, by the way, they make reference to the very books you're talking about, idiot. But of course he's never read them, so how would he know?
You'll be like, wow, like it's literally like reading Dr. Seuss and reading something like Hamlet. It's like
no, that's not true. Again, Hafeelz is just trying to convince the audience with this ad hominem bullshit, right? He's saying David Buss is a clinical psychologist or an evolutionary psychologist. You should listen to him and not some guy that doesn't have a PhD. It's funny because I made this same appeal to authority in the last. I made the same what's it called? Logical fallacy in my last video, right? When I talked about how Hafeez is uneducated, so you shouldn't listen to him. But whether you're educated or not officially doesn't mean that you're not able to read the studies and connect the dots yourself. You are. Hafeez clearly hasn't, because if he had, he would understand that there's like these things that Rollo says in his book are not Dr. Seuss. It's connecting dots between multiple different domains and like passing out human evolution, like the underlying truth behind male-female relations. It's like, it's not ideology or an ideological text. It's not read this and you will be an alpha male. Like, what? Like, Hafeez doesn't even understand what the red pill is about, and he's trying to criticize it. So he's uneducated, unable to make nuanced nuanced conclusions, and he has the gall to talk about the red pill like this. Utterly and totally ridiculous.
Night and day difference. And so to me, I think I acknowledge that a lot of their ideas are truthful, like any ideology, right?
No! Not any ideology is truthful. Are you going to say that every cult is truthful? Are you going to say every belief set is truthful? What? So what? I believe in the Greek gods. Are you going to say that my ideology is truthful? My belief set? I believe in the Norse gods. Odin. Are you going to say my ideology is truthful? Like, I need to die on the battlefield because Odin will send me to Valhalla. Yeah? That ideology is truthful? Like all ideologies? Hafeez? What's wrong with you? First of all, the red pill's not even an ideology. The red pill is just science, right? Evolutionary biology, evolutionary psychology, our human evolutionary history, tribal history, combined with modern day facts, data, and statistics, right? Like, it's not a belief set. Man, it's just utterly ridiculous, Hafeez.
Or whatever the heck word they're using nowadays to convince people that's not an ideology. Yes, those things are, there's truthfulness in it, but there's a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of information that is...
Again, what Hafeez is trying to say is, don't believe the red pill, believe what I say, follow my stuff, buy my stuff. He's just a grifter. Like, he doesn't... And he's not educated enough to even know what he's saying. Like, Hafeez doesn't seem very smart to me, guys. I don't know. If he can be defeated by, like, Pearl in an interview or in a debate, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Pearl's not that good a debater, guys.
It's not statistically accurate, and that's why I've always recommended people to...
Did he just say it's not statistically accurate? The red pill? No, your belief set isn't statistically accurate. Your belief set is you're going to get divorced 50% of the time with an 80% chance that your girl divorces you and you lose half your shit. And you're in your feels. That's your belief set. The red pill is not a belief set. God, this guy is like...
Read books like The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss, and then simply read whatever red pill literature that you want and juxtapose those two ideas, and you'd be extremely astonished to the differences.
Well, it's just...
He's just saying read the source material. Okay, cool. We can agree with that. Read the source material. Yeah, sure. But here's the thing. If you got a person that's compiled a bunch of different source materials together and said, here is the conclusions that you can draw from all of these source materials working together. Like, your conclusion is that's Dr. Seuss? Like, that's basically a meta psychological study. Or a meta, what's it called? It's a meta research study. Like, man.
Just because everything you're saying is very broad.
Yeah.
So you even said, like, their teachings on marriage, because, like, from my understanding of red pill is that they're not anti-marriage or pro-marriage. They're anti-marriage as it is today.
Indeed.
And the way the laws are today. And do you disagree with that?
So I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
And I'm excited because I'm really excited about the way you're processing this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Hafeez. Men like Hafeez, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you're following a man like Hafeez, you're lost. Like, anybody with the capacity for rational thought would know that this guy's just a grifter. This guy's just trying to get people to buy his shit. That's it. There's no value to what this guy's saying. Okay, anyway.
So let's go into marriage. So here's a fundamental challenge, okay? So red pill is very broad.
Okay.
Very broad, right?
Really? I don't think so, actually.
You don't think so?
No.
So do you think a person like Alpha Male Strategies teaches the same exact ideas as Coach Greg Adams?
I know more about alpha male strategies than Coach Greg Adams. I
Okay.
haven't watched a lot of Coach Greg.
Okay.
AMS, he's like the fuck these hoes to sleep type.
Yeah, but he's evolved.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
old school AMS.
I don't know. If a guy tells me he watches AMS, I'm like, I gotta
Yeah,
run.
yeah, but even to that point, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're like, I gotta run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of there's individuals like Steffes Cole. I'm not sure if Steffes Cole still.
Okay, Hafeez is not referencing the big names in the red pill. He's referencing like the literal smallest fries in the red pill. He's referencing people like me, basically, right? Like, oh, okay, AMS isn't like a small fry. It's like a medium fry. But what I'm saying is that Hafeez is not trying to reference the biggest voices in the red pill, like Andrew Tate, like Fresh and Fit, like, Rollo Tomasi, etc. He's not referencing them because he knows that if he does, he's going to get people to actually go look at the actual truth and not his garbage, right? If you look at like alpha male strategies or whatever, or you look at Coach Greg Adams and you assume that they are the arbiters of the red pill, well then you're going to be very likely, these guys are grifters, right? You're going to be very likely to think that the red pill is bullshit, right? Because they're just there to make their money and, sell you their ebooks or whatever and get out, right? So he's actively trying to avoid the biggest names because he knows that he has no leg to stand on referencing them.
Call himself Red Pill, but you have the Steffes Cole guys.
Right.
A lot different than Coach Red Pill.
Okay.
A lot different.
Okay.
So what I'm
Also, I would argue they're not very different. They're mildly different. Like, let's say they're 10 to 15% different. They're not very different. But these guys aren't the arbiters of the red pill anyway. But anyway, like, no, it's ridiculous. Like, and when he's saying the red pill is broad, like, not really. I mean, all of these guys are trying to give you, strategies on how to, like, succeed in the world through understanding what the truth really is. And pretty much all of them will say money, muscles, game, and then they have their own spin on what you should be doing, right? But it's some variation of living men's optimal biological strategy, right? Or, living an optimized compromise, right? So optimized compromise meaning you're in a monogamous relationship, but it's with a girl who genuinely desires you, worships you, treats you well, is feminine, fit, submissive, cooperative, and loyal, right? So, not really, right? He's splitting hairs here. He's trying to muddy the waters. Like, Hafeez is a terrible debater.
What I'm articulating is that within the red pill umbrella, there's a diversity of individuals.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's far right. There's
No, Hafeez. No. The red pill is not a political movement. It's not an ideology. So no, that's bullshit. Far right. No, now he is using like, Joe Biden stuff, He's like, oh, this movement is like a far right extremist movement, la 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 la. No. The red pill is not that. That is what people that write blogs that are trying to get clicks and views say about the red pill, but that isn't actually the red pill. The red pill is the biological, evolutionary, psychological realities that underpin male-female sexual dynamics, and is not a political ideology. It's not politically or religiously or culturally motivated. Hafeez. Disaster.
So what usually happens when we're having this conversation, which requires so much nuance, and I'm glad we're able to dive into it, is that when you're describing the red pill, what people want to do is one of two things. You either want to steel man them or you want to straw man them. The argument that you're probably feeling like, and some people may feel like, is I straw man them, right? You pick the worst ideas of the red pill, the worst content creators, and then you define the red pill as that. But then
That is exactly what he's doing.
Where you find some of their best, brightest ideas, ignore all the negativity, nonsense ideas, and define that as a red pill.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing. That's the scientific method. Use what works, discard what doesn't. That's what you should be doing. That, in fact, I would argue that that's what you should do with every single thing in your life. You should do exactly that. You should exactly take the good, discard the bad, and that is your ideology. But again, that ideology is just the scientific method. And if that's your ideology, that's fantastic. You'll be very successful in the world with that ideology.
No, I mean, to me, it's like there's a base set of ideas, and people have different ideas of what to do with it.
Who defines the base set of ideas?
I would say
Rollo Tomassi.
I think that's mostly who defines the base. I would say Rollo Tomassi. I think he seems to be like leading that like today, but before it seems.
Like, look at Hafeez's expression when she says Rollo Tomassi.
Like it was Patrice O'Neill, possibly.
So you think Patrice O'Neill was?
No, I think a lot of like. It seems like a lot of ideas derived from him, but it seems like it goes around Rollo Tomassi. That's what it seems like.
So the interesting part of the conversation, going back to the red pill conversation.
Yeah, Hafeez will not talk about Rollo Tomassi.
Because I know you want to talk about this, is that there is no single source. There's no doctrinal source. There's a lot of individuals who've written their books and shared their ideas as red pill. And depending on what school of thought you're in, a lot of individuals will say, well, that's not red pill for me. He's not.
Oh, my God. He's just muddying the waters. This guy's a disaster. Like, it's just literally, Hafeez is all logical fallacies and not admitting the truth and just trying to strawman the red pill as a religion or an ideology or a political movement. No, it's none of those things. It's just the truth. Biological, psychological truth. Okay, we're going to end the video there. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you would like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to any tier. Any level of support is appreciated. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and I will see you next time.